MM2 leaderboards are now for getting harder with each passing years. Getting a top 100 nowadays is very difficult if you're not prepared. And a modern top 3 leaderboard now became nearly impossible. But just how hard it is to get a top 100, not top 3. Forget about that. Well, this is not as hard as it might sound like. Last year I did my first leaderboard and I was competing for the 𝗟𝗔𝗟, which I ended up getting. Yes, I'm going to detail a little bit about what happened during this leaderboard, all the mistakes I did, but also the strategy and the grinding method that you can use and that I use myself, because believe me or not, but there's not just a single way to collect coins. We use what we call strats. This video is a complete guide that will actually teach you how to get a top 100 trophy. There's already plenty of good guides on YouTube, but hey, I also have my stuff to say. I'm actually going to reveal some stuff that leaderboard grinders will not like you to know. Lastly, at the time I'm recording this, it's early December, which basically means that the next leaderboard is about to start in a few weeks, and guess what? I'm going for top 3. I'm not joking. And this is going to be the hardest thing that I'm gonna try from Murder Mystery 2. It's more likely that I don't make it, and even if I don't make it, I'm totally fine with that. So please, wish me luck. Before starting, let me introduce you to my own story with MM2 leaderboards and trophies. If you want to skip, go to this timecode, but I still recommend you to listen. You will see why. Everything started around August 2023. This is when I joined the game, and at that time I didn't even know about MM2 leaderboards. So when Halloween came, I was, to be honest, a little bit intrigued. However, I didn't want to go for it. I was just not ready for trying. Or so I was. When Christmas came later, at first, I had the same feeling as I had months prior. I'm just not ready for that. The next day though, I take a look on the leaderboard, and at that moment, something snapped inside of me. I cannot explain what exactly, but something told me to give a try. Yes, you heard right. So I decided to go for this leaderboard, starting nearly a day late. I knew this would be hard since I was already 20k off the leaderboard, but this did not discourage me either. I had variable knowledge about grinding. I learned which map to pick, which to avoid. I also learned how to fill servers with alt accounts, but I also learned not to give up. Playing so far off the LB was really hard on me. This discouraged me a couple of times, but nonetheless, I finally made it on top 100 after a few days, after the middle break. But then I did a terrible mistake that almost cost me my trophy. I was so exhausted that I needed to take a nap. So I planned to take 1 hour nap, but this 1 hour turned into 4 hours. So when I woke up, I was 4k off the LB. Yes, I was very unhappy, but making it on the leaderboard earlier the first time gave me the necessary fuel to continue. Now I had to make it back on the LB before it ends. At this point, I have to thank these friends for covering me when they could. Without their help, I would probably not make it on top 100 in time. I got really lucky because I finally made it back a few hours before the leaderboard ended. I had to keep going because I was far from safe. Yes, as you can see, I did successfully made it. As you see this blue 𝗟𝗔𝗟 trophy. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I have no regret. This is such a cool trophy. Now for my second leaderboard. I will try to keep it short, but if you didn't notice, I went from the Christmas 2024 leaderboard, and let's say, but I had much more knowledge and preparation. I also had a new plan, getting top 3. Unfortunately, I did not get it, and for good reason, but I still got top 6, not top 10. Yeah, remove those auto farmers, and now I'm top 6. Anyways, for that leaderboards, I practiced for the wall Halloween event until the Christmas update dropped. I was not using the traditional grinding method, no, I was using the 𝗟𝗚𝗡 method. You might have heard of this before. You may also have noticed there's no guide anywhere on YouTube. Well, here I come with this guide. Yes, I'm going to reveal you how to use this method at your advantage. Disclaimer, the method I'm going to reveal isn't the one top 3 grinders use. I have no intention of revealing their methods. So the Python method is an alternative way of grinding, the main one being what we call the classic method, which use only one server. But alright, don't worry, I'm still going over the classic method quickly. So what is the classic method? The way it works is indeed with one server, you need only one server in any game mode, and then in that server you need 11 alt accounts. Having the server full is useful against raiders. I'm going to talk about them later. If you can do that, don't worry, you can still find ways around. This is what you need to know if you cannot do full server. You may already know the peak hour thing, right? It's when the most players are active on a game. Well, for MM2, it's no different. The main problem here is that your server is likely to fill very fast, but there's a way to deal with that. If you cannot get 11 ad accounts, I will recommend doing the peak hours to have a server with 8 or 9 ad accounts. Doing that will make your server pretty much peak hour proof. It's not perfect, but it does work. I test and nobody joined. Outside of peak hour, you can go down to 4 alt accounts. Also, do not get past 6 alts, otherwise your server is gonna fill. It's not fun. And also less than that will affect the spawn rate. Yes, the spawn rate. Anyways, with your server, you gotta reset the murderer to reset the round. I mean, why would you wait until the round ends? You're losing time, so don't do that. So, how much coins per hour can you get? This method would give you overall a maximum of 1.5k tokens per hour. But, of course, this is far from the max you can get, because there's even a faster way with the regular method, while still using the classic method. Yeah, you're using the wrong game mode. Go on assassin mode, much better. Why is that, you may ask? Intermission time are shorter by 4 seconds. Yeah, that's it. Now you can get 1.6k per hour, which is better. The only downside is actually you need to reset all of your ad accounts to reset the game. A pain. So what you should do is to reset them all before the round even starts. But make sure to keep one alive, otherwise it's gonna reset the round too. What I mean is you need to keep 2 alive, you and 1 alt account. Once you're full, you reset that alt account, or you. Actually, you it's faster, yeah. Now it's time to talk about the final boss method. Of course, Python. This method only have one reason to exist. The goal here is actually very simple. Reduce as much possible the time you spend in the lobby. Yeah, it's time consuming. And so yeah, this method came to actually fix this. Also, if you wonder why it's called Python, it's because the guy who crafted this method has Python is in username. Nothing to see with the coding language. For doing Python, you will need 2 servers, not 1, which is 24 ad accounts. I know for a lot of you, 12 is already hard, and even if I show you how to do it, you don't have to use it. I do not recommend it for top 100, except for 2 cases. 1, you have limited time, and 2, like I did, to learn it. It's the best way to learn it. Let me give you a more deep explanation on how Python works. Having those 24 ad accounts will allow you to control everything, and this is the key element here. So, to give you a visual representation, this is server 1 and this is server 2. Let's say you're in server 1. Now, let's show everything step by step. Once you spawn in a round, collect as much points for about 30 seconds. Afterward, you need to reset the ongoing round in server 2. Let me repeat that. You reset the round after 30 seconds in the server that you're not in. So now that server 2 is reset, you got to get the full bag as quick possible. If you want to vote a map, you can also use one of your alt accounts, just set them to click to move, and yeah. I'm not gonna show how I do exactly, you gotta find out yourself, it's not that hard. Now you gotta get the full bag, and once you get that, you have to switch server. Just use the in-game friend list, and now you're on the other side. If you did right, you should join, and the round will start very soon after. Now I wanna mention you before you experience that bug, your alt accounts might go offline. It happens all the time, it's random, you cannot do anything, so now you know. Alright, it's now time to talk about the raiders. Those are the bad guys. They have only one goal, slow you down. There is a way though to deal with that and to reduce the risk of being red. I cannot really reveal exactly how to deal with them because some techniques are used by top 3 players. But let's say that there's a reason behind why top 3 players dress as bacon. They don't do that for the sake of it. There is a good reason. Raiders. But the question here is, do you have to worry about raiders? Of course you have. Depending on where you are on the board, the more likely you're going to be red. And do not let them make you give up. It's important. They will eventually leave, and if they don't, just switch over, it's fine. Now let's talk about the maps. Alright, so of course there is map that you have to pick and others that you have to avoid. So let's just get the ranking from worst to best. Starting with the worst map of all time, we have Barn Infection, then we have Train Station, Hotel 2, and Mill Base. Those are the worst that you should avoid at all costs. Now we have the mid maps. Not the worst, but still you should avoid them if you can. First is Police Station, coming after is 𝗟𝗘𝗔𝗟, Vampire Castle, Mineshaft, Farmhouse, Factory, Biolab, the new map Christmas in Italy, and then Research Facility. You can get good runs with Factory, Biolab, and Research if you know the routes, but it's not always working. Now we have the decent maps. At the bottom of this we have Workshop, then we have Ice Castle, Workplace, Mansion 2, and then the last here is the best maps. We have Snow Cabin, Manor, House 2, Office 3, and then Hospital, the best map of all time. So I'm not gonna go over covers or time in this guide, since some others have done it already very well. and it's likely that you already watched it, but still it's gonna be in the description. The last thing I want to talk here is the spawn rate. Knowing how it works is very important, trust me. Even if I'm not 100% sure how it works, let me tell you that after 2 leaderboards, I've seen some kind of patterns. No, it's not from the lack of sleep. So let's take office 3 at a view top. Yes, you're not used to see office like that, I know. So you start here, you pick the coins that are around, and then where you go. I will go at the opposite way of the map, so taking the long corridor where's the bathrooms, and then you go in the vents. If you get some coins on the way too, don't panic if there's not that much coins, just do not go backward. And so now you get in the large room, and oh wow, there's coins. If there's not enough coins in that room, continue, go back in the smaller office room, and you should have enough. If it's not enough, scale issue, sorry. And also try not to return in a place that you already went. It's fine if you do, but just let some time for the coin to respawn first. Oh, and in the process I also gave you the rules for office, so you should thank me. What? So I talked about everything I wanted to cover. Making this video took me quite some time, so if you wanna support me, do so. You can also buy my UGC right here if you really want to support. Thank you if you buy it. What's that emoji? The last thing I wanna tell you is, well, good luck.